What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ali's World of Finance. In this quick video, we're going to be talking about the two stocks that I'm investing in right now in May 2017. And really, I'm invested in a lot of other stocks as well, but these are the two that I'm invested in the most. And I'll try to cover the other stocks in future videos, probably two at a time. But these are the two that I'm invested in the most, so I'm going to start with these. Now, I'm not telling you how to spend your money. I'm not telling you to invest in these. So really just take all of this as my opinion. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Now, the two stocks that I'm investing in the most is Nintendo and AMD. So let's start with Nintendo. Why am I investing in Nintendo? Well, the main reason is because of the Nintendo Switch. That is their newest gaming console, and I actually have one, so I'll go ahead and show you it. Now, I'm not sponsored by Nintendo or anything besides me owning stock, but but they're not paying me to say anything about this. So um, the reason why I'm investing in Nintendo is because of this console right here. Now, this is a hybrid console, and in my opinion, that is revolutionary because there has never really been a console that has done what this one is doing before. So this gaming console can be played in handheld mode wherever you are. You can be laying on the couch, you can be, on a bus, on a plane, whatever, and be playing in handheld mode, very similar to like a Game Boy, if you remember Game Boys. Now, the cool thing about this is that you can actually set this down into a dock, and then it projects everything onto your big screen TV. So that's what makes it a hybrid console. And this is really the first time that this has been done because this has AAA big games on it. It's going to have big, those big massive games that are really made for big screen TVs, but it's going to have it in handheld mode. So that's revolutionary. I've never really seen it before. And it's already the fastest selling console in Nintendo history from the reports that I've been reading. And the Wii was their one of their most biggest selling consoles in history. And when they released the Nintendo Wii, I don't know if you remember the Nintendo Wii. It's where it had those like two controllers and you could like box with it and stuff. But it was kind of gimmicky. But it sold like crazy. Everybody loved it for some reason. I didn't think it was that great. I thought it was cool, but it wasn't that great to me. But everybody loved it. It sold really well. And stock prices were at around $80 a share during the time that they released the Wii. Now, after the Wii, Nintendo released the Wii U, and the Wii U was a major failure for them because they didn't really know how to market it. It was kind of weird. The Wii U was similar to the Switch in that it had kind of this like gamepad that looked kind of similar to this, but you couldn't get too far away from the TV. So it's not like you could take it on a bus or on a plane or anything like that. It's not at all like this. And so people were confused by it. They weren't really sure what it was. And so it sold horribly. And their stock just took a nosedive. It just went straight down. And their stock at one point was even less than $15 a share. So it just took a complete nosedive there. So from 80 to less than 15. And in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I think that the Nintendo Switch is going to sell more than the Nintendo Wii. And the Nintendo Wii sold like crazy. So a lot of people don't think this. I think this. And if it sells more than the Wii, I mean, they had the Wii, they were selling at around $80 a share. So there's a possibility that the stock could go, up a lot. Excuse me. And right now, the Nintendo stock is currently at around $31. So if it went up to around 80, that would be, a little more than doubling the price per share. Now, another reason why I think that this is going to, I don't know why I'm holding this throughout the whole video, but another reason why I think that the Switch is going to be a success for Nintendo is because of Pokemon. Now, I know this sounds a little dumb, but, well, actually, I still like Pokemon. I'm not ashamed to say it. I think Pokemon is a good game. But the last Pokemon games that were released by Nintendo, now usually the mainline Pokemon games are released on Game Boys, okay? They're released on the Nintendo 3DS. I still call it Game Boy, but the Nintendo 3DS, it's a little handheld gaming console. And when they released Sun and Moon, which was the last Pokemon game, it was the fastest selling game of all time for Nintendo. And the one before that was the previous Pokemon game. So Pokemon sells like crazy, guys. It absolutely sells like crazy. And people have been screaming for a Pokemon game to be played on a television, not just on a little Game Boy, but on a television, a big mainline Pokemon game. And this is the first time that I think it's going to happen, because you finally have a gaming console by Nintendo that is technically a handheld gaming console, which is usually the requirement for Pokemon games, except now you can dock it and play it on the TV. So that's also revolutionary. Again, we keep coming back to revolutionary. And there has been some E3 rumors. E3 is a like a gaming event, and it happens in, I believe this year it's happening in June. I think it usually always happens in June, and they announce a lot of games and a lot of big, kind of gaming news. And so they'll hold on to like gaming secrets and things that are coming up. They'll hold on to it, and they'll release it at E3. They'll announce it at E3. And there has been some rumors that a new Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch, the new console, will be announced at E3. It has also been released that Nintendo has doubled their production of the gaming console. They were originally going to produce 8 million Nintendo Switch consoles for the fiscal year. It has been doubled. They doubled it to 16 million. That's not, I don't know how to express how massive that is. That's not a small thing, guys. You don't just go from, oh, like there's a lot of planning that goes into that number of 8 million. So, so they're like, 8 million, oh, that would be really great if we could sell it for the year. All of a sudden, we're doubling it. That's not just an easy decision to make. That is a huge decision to massively double your production. So why would they double their production unless they knew that a Pokemon game was coming and that thing was going to sell like crazy? That is why I think that the Nintendo Switch is going to sell more than the Wii. I mean, it has so many more functions. I don't know why it wouldn't sell more than the Wii. So that is why I think stock is going to go way up. So that's another reason why I'm investing in Nintendo. Now, their 52-week, averages, and well, their 52-week numbers for their stock. Their highest was $38.25. So in the last 52 weeks, their highest number was $38.25. And their lowest was $16.77. Okay, so that's their high and their low. And they're currently at around 31. I actually bought Nintendo stock at around 29 to 30. I think I bought some at 29 and some at 30. So I've already made some profit because they're usually around 31 right now. And anyway, I think it's going to double, and I think I'm going to be doubling my money, in my opinion. So, and you know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am tempted to sell all of my stock and just go straight into Nintendo. I'm tempted to sell my stock in other companies and just go straight into Nintendo because I really think it's going to double. But don't hold me to that. If you guys invest in Nintendo and it actually goes down, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. Don't do what I do. Don't be dumb like me. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. But this is why I'm investing in Nintendo. Now, another stock is AMD. So AMD, they make the processing chips for computers. So when you use your laptop or your desktop, when you use your computer, you probably notice that it's using, either Intel or AMD as their main processing chips. And for example, there is like Intel i3, i5, i7. You've probably heard of those. And AMD has released their new chips, so they're competing against Intel, and they released these new chips called Ryzen 3, 5, and 7. Now, 3, 5, and 7 sounds awfully similar to i3, i5, and i7, right? So they're obviously competing with them. The thing about AMD chips is that they're getting great reviews. Their processing power is really strong. They have a lot of power in them. And the Ryzen 7 has a 50% price advantage over Intel's i7. So that's massive, guys. That's 50%. So they have a huge competitive edge towards Intel. They can sell their products at a much cheaper price. And so, so right now people are building computers and PCs, and they're building them with these AMD chips for much lower cost, and they're getting the same amount of power. So their stock has gone up a lot because of that. Their 52-week low was $3, and around $3, and their 52-week high was around $15. Guys, that's like 5 times the amount. I mean, that's crazy. If you had stock in them, you just made 5 times your money. So their stock has gone way up, way up. Excuse me. I actually need a drink. A little bit of product placement. I don't own any stock in Perrier. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I don't own any stock in it. So anyway, so the Ryzen chips are a big success so far, and I think they're going to continue to be a big success. In fact, Barron's is a financial like a financial investing firm, and they predict that the stock will double in 2017. Okay, so that's really good. However, there are some negatives to AMD. Goldman Sachs, you might know of Goldman Sachs because of Warren Buffett, so like one of the greatest investors of all time. They gave it a sell rating. So they think that if you own stock in it, you should sell it right now, which might not be bad advice because obviously the stock has gone way up. But um, you know, I think that there's still a lot of potential for AMD. So I think that they're giving it that sell rating too early. In fact, Barron's thinks it's going to double. So they obviously disagree with each other. Another negative, I I kind of think of this as a positive, but I'll let you guys give your opinion on it. But another negative is that Intel dominates the market. So the problem with that is that because Intel dominates the market, they don't really have many competitors. I was reading a report, I think it said that they own around 90% of the market, which is massive, guys. Like that's crazy that they own like 90% of the market. And it might be around 90. I can't remember the number exactly, but so don't hold me to that. But I think it's around 90. And the thing is that because they own so much of the market, they don't have anybody to really compete with, so they can lower their prices if they have to. In fact, they're probably overcharging companies right now. They're probably, like HP, people that are making computers, they're probably overcharging them for their chips because they own the market. They can make whatever price they want. Nobody's competing with them. So they can really sell their stuff at whatever price they want. Now, if AMD has a pricing advantage over Intel, then that means that Intel would obviously have to lower their prices, right? Well, if Intel dominates the market, that shouldn't be a big deal. They're probably overcharging already anyway. So what can happen is that Intel lowers their prices so that they compete directly with AMD. Intel is already obviously more, famous and more well known, so people will keep buying Intel and AMD stock will drop. So that's a negative, probably a reason why Goldman Sachs gave a sell rating. However, I sort of see it as a positive because if Intel dominates so much of the market, that means that there is a lot of market share for AMD to steal. That means that AMD can just massively grow. And what brings up stocks more than growth? I mean, that's like the biggest thing. So if AMD can grow, if they can steal some of that market share, they'll make huge profits, and their stock should skyrocket. So maybe you actually leave me a comment below and tell me what you think about that. But I kind of see it as a positive, but it could, obviously could be still a negative as well. Their 52-week numbers: high around 15, low around 3. Currently at around 13. I bought some at 13. So I was looking at it when it was at around 15. It dropped to 13, and I was like, oh, there's a dip. I'm gonna buy some now. So I bought some then. Hopefully it goes up. I think that's about it, guys. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, let me know because I plan on making more videos of the other stocks that I'm buying. So if you're interested in the stock market and want to know stocks to buy, or just get my opinion on them, let me know in the comments below. I think that's it though. One more thing. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. Take care.